I was home alone last night, but I swear I wasn't. Last night was supposed to be one of those rare, perfect, cozy nights. My roommate's out of town, the house was mine, and I had nothing to do except relax. I made a cup of tea, grabbed my favorite blanket, the thick one with the fleece lining, and curled up on the couch. The TV was on, playing one of those comfort shows I've seen 100 times. My phone was in my hand, brightness turned low, and the only real light in the room was coming from the TV screen. It was quiet. Not an uncomfortable kind of quiet, but the sort of silence that makes you feel tucked away, safe in your own little bubble. At least, that's how it started. Around 11:30, I heard something from the kitchen. At first, I thought I imagined it, just one of those background noises you can brush off. But then it came again, clearer this time. The sound of wood scraping across tile. I froze. My kitchen chairs. That's exactly what it sounded like. I knew I'd pushed them all in earlier. I always do. I sat there holding my breath, straining my ears. The TV kept playing, but I wasn't listening anymore. My eyes were locked on the hallway that led to the kitchen. That's when I felt it. That prickly weight of being watched. You know how sometimes, even when no one's around, you just know you're not alone? That's exactly what washed over me. I told myself it was nothing. Old houses make weird noises. Wood expands, floors creak. It could have been anything. Still, I couldn't look away from the hallway, and that's when I saw it. At first, I thought it was a trick of the TV light, a shadow stretching weird, or maybe I was just tired. But no, this was different. There was a figure, tall, human-shaped, standing right where the hallway faded into darkness. I tried to make sense of it. Maybe my jacket hanging weird on the coat rack, maybe a reflection. My brain was scrambling for any explanation that made sense, but deep down, I knew. The shape was too solid, too real. It was just standing there. I forced myself to look straight at it. My heart was hammering so loud I could feel it in my ears. But when I finally gathered the courage to really focus, the figure was gone. Just an empty hallway again. At that point, the cozy blanket that had felt like safety a few minutes ago suddenly felt useless. I tossed it off, grabbed my phone, and turned on the flashlight. I did a sweep of the whole house: kitchen, bedrooms, closets, under the bed, behind the shower curtain, every corner. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I almost convinced myself I was just being paranoid. Almost. But when I walked back into the living room, I saw it. One of the kitchen chairs was pulled out. Not by much, just a few inches. But enough to scrape across the floor. Enough to make that sound I'd heard earlier. My stomach dropped. I wanted to push it back in, but something inside me screamed not to touch it. I can't explain why. It just felt wrong, like I'd be acknowledging something I shouldn't. So instead, I went straight to my room. I locked the door, turned on every light I could, and sat awake, scrolling endlessly on my phone, trying to distract myself. I must have drifted off sometime after 3 a.m. because the next thing I knew, my alarm was going off. This morning, I went into the kitchen, and that's when I noticed something that made my stomach twist even more. All of the chairs were neatly pushed back in, perfectly aligned, like no one had touched them at all. But I hadn't pushed the chair back in. I hadn't gone near the kitchen after I saw it pulled out, so unless I sleepwalked, which I never do, something else moved it. Something, or someone, pushed that chair back in while I slept. And now I don't know what's worse. The idea that my mind was playing tricks on me, or the possibility that it wasn't.